Alright everyone, it is Dokkan time, and today we will be going over the Super EZA for the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. The original Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, mind you. So, first of all, I'd like to apologize that I am super late on making this video, and by that I mean like 24 hours late. More like 27 or 8:30, somewhere in there. I had PC issues. But regardless of that, that's not why anyone came here to watch. So first things first, I'd like to say about this Vegeta is yes, he is a little bit squishy technically speaking, and it's just because they knew how much damage reduction he already had. So I already saw this coming with the damage reduction thing. Is like he's got 80% damage reduction built in as it already stood before even getting an EZA or Super EZA, I mean. And you know, there was only so many things they would have been willing to do to really make him useful. And they kind of treated him a little bit the same as the Daima Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. If you did not watch that, please go take a look at that video, and so this will make more sense. But basically, you do want to have like the Super Saiyan 3/4 Goku from the 10th anniversary to increase his damage reduction further, his defense further, to really make sure that he's tanking very well. But anyways, let's just kind of get into his kit and stop wasting so much time. So as far as 200% leader options go, just standard 200%, you know, the only thing you really got here is just the the tree, the universe tree Goku. You got the Scatter Vegeta and Transforming Vegeta. This guy does not have really any 200% options. It's really poor in my personal opinion. It's a very old unit, so he has less categories, unfortunately. I feel like they could have updated it. I don't know why they chose not to. I guess they just didn't want people to be throwing around an 80-90% damage reduction unit, and I do understand that. But at the same time, it makes the unit less fun. But anyways, other 220% options are going to be the AGL Vegeta Goku exchange unit that transforms into Gogeta, and then of course the new Daima Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta are his best leaders as of the current time frame, which is of March 2025 during his release window. If a new unit came out after the March 6th time frame, then that means that he might have a better leader option, perhaps. And you know, anything Pure Saiyans, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, anything like that, those will all be very excellent options for him. So because this is a Super EZA, his super tech does not change, so he just has a 50% chance to stun. He has a very basic kit, actually, even though it looks really long. He has Ki plus 3 attack and defense 200. When he hits 12 or more Ki, which that's all he can get, attack plus 200 and defense plus 100. And for 10 turns from his entry turn, defense 150, 50% chance to crit, and 80% damage reduction. And then from the 11th turn onward, he only has 50% damage reduction. And when the enemy target is stunned, and the reason it says targeted enemy, it's because of other fights and events where they have multiple enemies. So if you actually target one specific enemy, it will proc the crit that way. When there's a super class enemy, he launches an additional attack that has a 50% chance of becoming a super, and when there's an extreme class enemy, he automatically launches an additional super attack. So he has built-in additional, he has built-in crit. The only thing he doesn't do is dodge. He is a tank. He doesn't gain anything from doing additionals. He doesn't gain anything from doing damage because he has no boost on his super attack. And he honestly does not do very high damage. I mean, if you really wanted to wank the freaking crap out of this unit, you could probably get him up to 15-20 million probably. But honestly, that's it. It's not even worth it in my opinion. He's usually around the 10 to 11 million marker. And although that used to be good like 2 years ago, it's no longer like a huge amount of damage in my opinion. It's just a standard level of damage. So link skills wise, he's just Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior, Super Saiyan, Over in the Flash, Limit Breaking Form, and Fierce Battle. You'll notice that pretty much everything in here except for Over in the Flash is just a damage dealing link. He's kind of similar to Daima Vegeta in this sense. He will link up, of course, with other Super Saiyan 3s. Please do keep that in mind. This right here was the day and age that he, you know, was raised in. This is what you paired him with probably before, and that's just the way he was engineered. So I mean, overall, his best link partners are just going to be straight up Super Saiyan 3 units. But if you can, I would highly suggest putting him next to Daima Vegeta, put him next to Super Saiyan 3/4 Goku for the passive support. That would be his best actual Link partner. So, with all that being done, let's just go ahead and go take a look at his defense. All right, so we're over here on Twitter page. Compliments to Harvard for the defense numbers here. So obviously, like I said before, his defense is not like stupidly high or anything. As you can see right here, he's only getting a maximum of about 600k defense. It's not a lot. It's really not a lot. And this is for the first 10 turns. I mind you, he will lose defense after the first 10 turns. 40% support. Just keep in mind, he's not doing these calculations with Super Saiyan 3/4 Goku's support. He's not doing this on a 220 lead as far as I'm aware, because I've seen his defense actually be much higher. In all honesty, he doesn't suck. I mean, these people, there's a lot of people overreacting in the comments, and it is what it is. But when you actually decide to use the unit, you will understand that his defense isn't that bad. Let me see if I got a clip, and I can show you what I mean. All right, so I'm going to show you a clip right here where Vegeta will be tanking the Intelligence Jiren fight. So, I mind you, this isn't like an absurdly insane amount of damage, but it is a damaging amount that people have been like kind of scared of to a degree, and he tanked it beautifully. Honestly, I don't give a crap about 134k. 134k to me is nothing, especially in the sense that we have, we have 850k freaking HP on this team that I'm rocking here. Mind you, it's full of LRs, except for Daima Vegeta and the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. But I mind you, like, this isn't damage to me. I don't give a crap about it. 150. You hit the 250 to 300k range, then I have a problem. When I get down to half health, that's when I start worrying a little bit. But we're in the new meta of 220, 250 leads. And with that in mind, we have a lot more HP to be kind of tossing around. Not that we want to, of course. We don't want to toss that HP around. I totally understand that. But I'm just saying, don't blow it out of the water more than it is. Could he have better defense? Of course he could. Can we improve his defense? Of course we can. So, just be very mindful when you're using this unit. That's all. So, with all of that, let's go ahead and start getting into his build suggestions. I hope that his build suggestions are obvious. I mean, is it really any wonder that his 55% is just throw on a defense orb and then give him a dodge? I mean, is it really any wonder for his 55%? I only have this up here because this is what your hidden potential should look like, minimum-wise. This is all you should have in his hidden potential without equipment. This is without equipment, obviously. So he's just going to have that level 5 crit because he's an STR type, you know? So just keep that in mind. As far as dupes go, I mean, there's no other way to really go about this guy. He's got built-in additional. He's got built-in crit. Just give him dodge. He's a tank. He's a tank no matter what at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if he dodges. It doesn't hurt him to not dodge. It doesn't hurt him to, I mean, he doesn't gain anything from additionals. He doesn't gain anything from critting. He doesn't have that high of damage. So the obvious train of thought that you should be using this guy is he's purely a tank, as he has always been since he was released. 15 dodge, level 6 additional, no questions. Could you throw the rest into crit? Yeah, sure, why not? Like I said, he doesn't really do any damage. I just threw in the additional because he already crits. If you want to make sure he crits already, or you don't want to change his hidden potential, I wouldn't blame you. But the one thing I would try to do is make sure this is what happens here. You get that dodge up. Because in the rare case scenario that you hit above turn 10, or he actually does go up and against a fight where you have the most absurd level of damage, then yeah, the dodge will obviously help. But otherwise, gold equip, dodge, silver equip, dodge, and for the bronze equip, please do give him a defense orb. The defense does help. Might not think it, but it does. But yeah. So, moving on from his build suggestions, we're just going to go on to his roll tips. As far as his role tips go, I highly suggest you just put him on a Pure Saiyan or Power Beyond Super Saiyan leader skill primarily. I am going to be trying to do this moving forward in some of the role tips. Some people are probably just not understanding when I pop these into here that these are the specific characters for the leader skill that you should be rocking. Just overall, when you go to search for a character, look for a Pure Saiyan's leader specifically or Power Beyond Super Saiyan. In the case of this AGL Exchange Vegeta Goku Gogeta unit, they are a Pure Saiyan leader with Gifted Warriors as the 220-250. So Vegeta is 220-250 on here. He is also 220-250 on the Daima Vegeta team, as Daima Vegeta has Gifted Warriors as part of his 170, and then Power Beyond Super Saiyan as his 220-250 portion. As far as partners go for this guy, it doesn't really matter what his partners is, as the only link that will be giving him any defense is over in a flash, and it is a mere 7%, which is very, well, irrelevant in some case scenarios. But if you truly want to give this guy a partner, you know, the Super Saiyan 2/3 Goku, once he's transformed into Super Saiyan 3, is actually a very excellent partner, because this guy is a slot 1 unit, and this guy is a slot 2 unit. They actually work very well together. And then, of course, the Super Saiyan 3/4 Goku with his 10% damage reduction and 70% support. Once he transforms into Super Saiyan 4, you got a solid partner there as far as supporting Vegeta to be tankier and still having a good damage dealing unit in slot 2. And, or, of course, you can use Daima Vegeta as a partner, put Daima Vegeta in slot 1, though, and then put this guy into slot 2. Overall, though, his best slot position is 100% going to be into slot 1. And then I would suggest trying your best to put him on a team with the Super Saiyan 3/4 Goku that you have, if you have him. If you don't have him, I'm sorry. Just hope you pull him in the future. Because it is a dramatic difference on how he performs with this guy. Up to turn 10, of course. Up to turn 10. But yeah, that's going to be it. I don't really see a personal reason to be really giving too much of a hoot about how you actually use this guy. He is a slot 1 tank at the end of the day. If you would like to see my build specifically for this Vegeta, this is what I have. So I did my best to give him a level 5 bronze. I gave him a level 3 dodge because I just don't want to invest the dodge orbs into him. And then I actually did have this already attached to him. I don't even know where I got this, but the fact that it gave him dodge and a little bit extra defense, I decided to just keep it on him. There are several events like Super Battle Road and Extreme Super Battle Road that do drop these items. These are very kind of rare types of orbs. I do not want to remove it from him. I think he's fine. The extra defense I actually am more comfortable with. So this is my personal build. I didn't want to also waste too many stones in changing him, so I just kept the crit where the crit was, and I just changed all of the additionals because there was less additionals. There was less additionals on this guy when I had him originally. So I just changed all the additionals into dodge, which was only like 2. There was only like 2 of them. So it was a coin toss. I either gave him more crit or I gave him more additional. So either way, this is my build. I don't really want to waste the stones to change him. But yeah, let me know what team you're going to be rocking this guy with. What is going to be maybe perhaps the build that you're going to be going with. I assume everyone's going full dodge, or they're just not going to bother changing him at all, which I would not blame anybody. But here's 2 of the teams I was rocking before for this guy. Basically, as I said, Daima Vegeta leader, you know, throwing just Vegeta teams here. And then for the Vegeta Goku Exchange Gogeta unit, and then just kind of throw him onto there as a slot 1 unit, slot 2 unit. That is the one beauty I will say about this Vegeta is that this dude can just be in whatever slot he wants. As long as it's not past turn 10, he's basically tanking just about everything that you can really go up against. Not everything, obviously, but virtually everything. So, anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments what you think of this unit. Thank you for watching. Have a good day and a good night.